United States, there's absolutely no legislation that regulates the amount of babies that can be produced with one sperm donor, okay? And one sperm donor can potentially produce hundreds of kids.
Now, look, in the beginning, if you had told me, hey, do you need legislation like that? I probably would have said no. I would have said it's probably over-regulating. What's the point? Mm-hmm. And they tell the donors, too, we're not going to use it for that many people. So what is it, 5 or 10 at most? And in fact, in the UK, they have a law, which is apparently the industry standard in a lot of countries, that they can only use it 10 times from one donor, right? In the US, they just found out they're abusing the hell out of it.
Of course they are.
Like 50 at a time, in one case 150. So the problem is then you have all these siblings that don't know that they're siblings, which then sometimes leads to incest, then sometimes leads to genetic problems. And so now, is this an epidemic? No, not necessarily. But is this something to watch out for? Yes.
I think it's something to watch out for. I'll give you a reason why. More and more women are waiting to have kids, right? And the older you get, the harder it is to conceive, the harder it is to find a mate to have children with. So more and more women are going to these clinics and they're getting in vitro fertilization, or they're getting artificial insemination, and they're using the sperm from these donors, right? So more and more women are going to have these babies, and keep in mind that if a donor has a rare genetic disease that people are not aware of at the time that he donates that sperm, that rare genetic disease can become something that's widespread very easily.
So that's a second big problem with it. One guy gave his sperm and then got curious and wound up tracking his kids, because they're his kids genetically, right? He's got over 70 of them. He's got an Excel spreadsheet, and he's having trouble keeping up.
Literally, yeah.
Okay, and look, this is madness. Okay, we can't do this. And part of the reason that they do it is because only a certain amount of the sperm donors have attractive qualifications. Okay, now what you consider attractive qualifications sometimes varies, sometimes it doesn't. So for example, if the guy has an Ivy League degree, now it might seem bothersome to us that people care about that, but they do, right? And the other guy is a homeless guy off the street. They're like, which one should I take? So every time the woman comes in, goes, I'll take the guy with the Ivy League degree and the da-da-da-da, and these qualifications. Or keep it real, it might be based on race, right? I'm white, I want a white sperm donor.
We've actually done a story about that.
Right, of course, right? So then that's why sometimes the same guy gets picked over and over again. Now, the people that are running the clinics are supposed to watch out for that. But instead, they see dollar signs. They're like,
of course.
They're like, wait, you're going to pay me more for that guy? Yeah, sure, let's use him again. Of course, that's what's going to happen. So what's the bottom line on this? Look, you got to have some rules and regulations. If the government doesn't lay down rules and regulations, private industry will always do what is most profitable, whether it makes sense or not. By the way, if there's genetic problems later down the road for those people, you think that company's going to pay?
Oh, hell no.
No, the company just makes the profit. The problems are yours, not theirs. So that's why you need the government to be the cop that says, hey, you know what? This doesn't make sense overall for society, and we're going to limit the amount of money you can make, I guess, which would be, by the way, tiny. For that tiny margin, they're willing to take all the risk because their risk isn't theirs. That's why the government has to say, this is the risk we will not allow you to take.
Yes, it's wrong. It's bad. You wouldn't want 70 kids. But if you have an Excel spreadsheet, you just can't keep up. You got to stop and go, you know what? This is awesome.
Come on.
Let it go. This is awesome. You know what? They like me so much. You know what? They're like, there's no other dude they want but me. I'm the man.
Okay, no. JR's got a point. I had a really interesting reaction as I was reading the story, because half of me was like, oh, geez, that's crazy, man. All my kids out there, and I can't see them, I can't raise them, and they're all a bunch of little jenks running around, which, by the way, is a scary thought for everybody, right? Okay, now, the other part of me was like, oh, that's some Genghis Khan shit, man. Like, you know, Genghis Khan has his genes in 1% of the world population.
God.
That is amazing, right? So the scientists did a study on that, and they found it. So, like, you got the Excel spreadsheet with the 70 kids, and I had, half of me is like, yeah, what now?
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying?
What do you do?
Nature, man. Hey, it's nature.
What do you do when they start calling you up, Papa Jackson?
Well, they're not going to call you up, man. It's your spreadsheet, not theirs.